One of the most frequent pieces of advice for YouTube channels is to pick a topic and stick to it. Sounds pretty simple, but in this video I want to talk about how that can also be incredibly difficult. For me, I've had to learn what a topic is from YouTube's point of view. Take gaming for instance. I thought that was a topic. It is in the list of categories that you can select for your video when you publish one, but in terms of satisfying an audience, and by extension YouTube's audience-driven algorithm, gaming is far too broad a topic. YouTube wants you to get more specific, to niche down. What type of game is it? How are you going to be playing it? Are you being funny? Are you being educational? And these niches work. I've experienced it myself with my own channel. The only reason I have any viewers at the moment is because I've stumbled across niches. Usually it's a specific game, but beyond that, a specific way of playing that specific game. I'm going to be using the word specific a lot. Survival playthroughs of games, hard mode runs of games, or tutorials about how to start in a game or how to get good at a game. You can create videos in this niche for quite some time, but you can sense the but coming, right? What happens when your natural inclination to play a specific game diminishes? There are certainly people who only play one game, and if you niche down, you will meet a lot of them, and they're very nice people. But their focus, and what was your focus, will eventually become more of a hindrance than a help as your interests shift over time. And maybe that's where the discipline comes in. After all, not everyone wants to work every day. In fact, few people want to work every day, but we do it anyway. We soldier on. And I've tried that. It works for a while. But with something like a YouTube channel that is generally driven by enthusiasm and passion, the practice of creating videos on a topic that you're no longer interested in eventually becomes demoralizing. In essence, you're forcing it. Which leads us to another bit of advice YouTubers hear a lot. Be passionate about your topic. If you're not genuinely interested in your subject matter, people will be able to tell and they won't want to watch. You can see where the problem arises. You have done what YouTube wants. You've niched down, found a very specific audience, but now you've been doing videos in that lane for several years and you've lost the passion and the zeal. This is the YouTube equivalent of the rock at a hard place. You can't keep making videos about that specific topic, but you also now have that niche audience that doesn't want anything else. This is where the term pivot comes from on YouTube. You've reached the point where you need to pivot to a new niche, something connected to the previous niche, so that at least some of the viewers that you already have might come with you, or at least not actively hate you for doing it. A pivot from Star Wars Galaxies, for instance, to pluck any old game out of the air, to another MMO. But let's get specific. Let's focus down. Another sci-fi MMO, another sci-fi sandbox MMO maybe, that's currently in emulation. But then at that point, why have you pivoted at all? The new game and the old game are so similar, it was hardly worth the effort of changing. And anyway, having experienced what you've experienced with niching down, how it can lead to a point at which you're stuck, do you really want to do that again? Do you want to niche down again? That's where I'm at this stage, where my experience has led me, knowing that niche topics are what YouTube wants, but also knowing that to hunt for another one is not what I want to do. It's very hard to actually engineer it anyway. I've always found that I've just stumbled across them. I do know this: if I could go back to my original premise to make a channel about games and gaming, I would never run out of motivation or ideas. That ocean is wide enough for a creator to never reach the shore. I have ideas about what to try instead. Perhaps the niche aspect that YouTube craves can be cultivated in other ways, less about the specific game and more about the style of video or the tone, the personality and mindset of the creator. If I can discipline myself to only make game reviews, for instance, could I become a gaming review channel? Or is there just no scope for that in 2023? Are all the slots for reviewing games taken? I have a theory that YouTube's audience focus makes it great for viewers, but it will always be problematic for creators. There will be this constant tension between what the creator wants to make and what the audience wants to watch. That is until the creator becomes the focus. The goal of most YouTube channels, let's get specific, gaming YouTube channels, is to grow to the point where the personality becomes more important than the game, which sounds incredibly egotistical, and it probably is. Just watch me because whatever I say or do is important, but I don't see it that way. With that goal in mind, you are then free to play whatever game you want, and that's a truer reflection of who you are as a gamer and a creator, something that YouTube said it wanted in the first place. be true to yourself. That's the only piece of advice that seems to never change, even though your niche may do, no matter how many changes YouTube makes. There's no point trying to be someone or something you're not, even if it means you're going against the grain in terms of YouTube and what YouTube wants. If someone offered me the opportunity tomorrow to have a successful YouTube channel with over 1 million subscribers, but the catch was it was all about stamp collecting, would I be happy, satisfied and fulfilled making videos from now on about the rarity of penny blues? No, I wouldn't be. Shout out to all the stamp collecting channels out there doing a fantastic job. Taking the bullet so we don't have to. The goal surely with YouTube is to make a channel that is meaningful and rewarding for you, not to have success for success's sake. YouTubers like myself swim in the same waters as vacuous personalities who have nothing to say and no interest in anything. They're just known for being known. But we need to reach for something truer, something with substance. And that's what I'm trying to do. Whatever the future holds, I know from now on I will be following my interests. I always have done, really. I think it's coming to terms with the idea that they will change and probably confuse YouTube's algorithm, probably confuse my viewers as well when I switch games. But it is who I am, and if that means you don't achieve as much success as you could, just focusing and making yourself depressed doing the same thing over and over again, I would rather be happy than successful. And I am generally confused in life, so if my channel is confused and confusing, then that's a genuine reflection as well. There are a few thousand people, I think, who watch the channel and might be interested in my mindset, having moved on from specific games and where I'm coming from at this point. So I hope the video gave you a sense of that. I don't want to do too many videos where I'm just talking about myself on this channel. I want to talk about games, but every now and again it's good to do a video like this so people get a sense of where you're coming from and where your focus is at the moment. And the focus has obviously broadened for me. You can see that in the range of videos that I'm putting out at the moment. I still get an awful lot of viewers from the various niches that I'm in, but I think the period of time in which that has been counterproductive might have passed. I touch wood at this point. We were in a situation, have been in this situation for over 12 months now. Whenever I put up a video that isn't Star Wars Galaxies, I lose subscribers. So that has been difficult. I have to be honest, that has been difficult for me to deal with. I mean, it's good in the sense that you were creating videos that were very much what people wanted at one particular time, but every time you post a video that isn't that, the people who only want that video and that topic unsubscribe. The same thing happened with my Skyrim focus earlier on in my YouTube career. I don't know, there's nothing more to say than that, really. It is the way things work. And I'm not resentful of that or anything like that. And I value the people who did subscribe for Star Wars Galaxies, and I hope they have got what they wanted. The chance of me returning to Star Wars Galaxies at this stage, certainly to do videos about, are nil. I won't be doing that because it is actively hurting my end goal of creating a gaming YouTube channel. It's counterproductive at this stage. It's unfortunate. That doesn't mean I dislike Star Wars Galaxies. I may well play it on my own time. This is in terms of a YouTube channel and YouTube growth, and unfortunately it's hurting it rather than helping it. There's a balance to be found for sure. There will be other games that I do numerous videos about in the future that may be a niche, but I think I will try to keep those niches more spaced out, less kind of 100% nothing else. I don't think I'll go back to the point where I'm just doing that one game and nothing else again, because I think that narrows you down too much and you become too niche and you get people who only want that game, and then you can't go anywhere else. So I need to move on from that at this point and be talking about different things. And the fact is, I'm not playing those games, those niches from the past. I've played them to the point at which I feel like I've had my fill, and at that point in life I play a different game and I'm thinking about different things and enjoying different things, and that's what I need to reflect on the YouTube channel. Bit of a rambling video, but I hope you enjoyed it. If you're still listening until this very end, then you are the most kind of the people who are the most interested in, for some reason, what I've got to say. I'm not going to ask anyone to subscribe, because if you're listening to this, then you are already subscribed. People who are not subscribed don't listen to the end. But yeah, let's do an experiment. If you get to the very end, write in the comments New Horizons and post it down there so I can identify the people who are the most avid listeners of my stupid thoughts. Alright, I'll see you in the next vid, guys. Bye.